Howdy folks, this is Checkers back with a video about the Elder Scrolls in general and some thoughts, some rambling thoughts on the Elder Scrolls and Bethesda's schedule. It's come out of E3 2016 that we probably won't see the Elder Scrolls 6 for a very, very, very long time. And we should probably take a moment and think about exactly how long that time will be, because in general, I think we are here at the long dark tea time of the Elder Scrolls. And, well, it's actually probably going to be a really long time. Pete Hines has confirmed that Todd Howard's group is working on 2 major projects before the next Elder Scrolls. Now, let's take a look at the past, at other games in the Elder Scrolls history, and how long it's taken in between them. First, let's take a look at Morrowind. Morrowind released, I believe, in June of 2002. And, well, that was quite a while ago. When you think about it, that was more than 14 years ago. And that's only 2 games back. It's a great game. I love Morrowind. It's gorgeous. It's detailed. There are... okay, it's not gorgeous by today's standards, but it was gorgeous at the time, and, you know, it does still retain a beauty of its own, even without enhancements. And much of that beauty is within the systems, within the abilities, and wildly different specs you can create. But Morrowind was a great game. Between Morrowind and Oblivion, moving into the Elder Scrolls 4, was just about 4 years. So, not quite 4 years, I think. Oblivion came out in 2006, but before June. Maybe a couple of months before June. And Oblivion, not the warmest received of the Elder Scrolls games, but it is really a fun game. I really enjoyed it. When I first started Skyrim, there was such a great jump in history, in time, with, you know, the elves being in charge of certain things, that I had never completed Oblivion. I played Oblivion for all the time from its release to Skyrim's, and I never finished it because, left to my own devices, I don't want to finish it. I don't want it to ever end. I want to go do all the weird little things in between, and that's what's great about the Elder Scrolls, is we can do that. I digress. Oblivion came out in 2006, so 4 years after Morrowind, and, well, let's say 2 years after that, we see Fallout 3. So we've got some time between games. Between the Elder Scrolls games, we see 4 years between Morrowind and Oblivion. We see 5 years between Oblivion and Skyrim, and now the question mark from Skyrim to the Elder Scrolls 6. However, we also saw Fallout 3 slip in 2008, and although it's not necessarily in the list, Fallout New Vegas, being made by Obsidian on Bethesda's engine, came in around 2009, I believe, or 2010, and then we had Skyrim. But let's just look at the Prime, the Elder Scrolls Prime, the numbered Elder Scrolls. So not the Elder Scrolls Online, no card games, not Redguard, but just the numbers. So let's see, Arena came out in 1994, Daggerfall came out, I believe, in 96, and so that puts 6 years between Daggerfall and Morrowind, and a significant engine change. 4 years between Morrowind and Oblivion, and 5 years between Oblivion and Skyrim. So one benefit that could come out of this extended period between Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls 6 could be a new engine, because the engine could use a new coat of paint. Well, it could use a new coat of engine. I think the engine that's running both Skyrim and Fallout 4 is a bit longer in the tooth than anyone would like to admit, And, well, I imagine that the pace of their development doesn't allow them to really do full-bore engine upgrades. So maybe this is something that they will be able to do. Oh, hello, Wolf. Okay, but we also have 2 unannounced major projects in between, well, now and when we see the Elder Scrolls 6. So let's just put now back into 2015, the end of 2015 for Fallout 4. Let's assume a minimum of 4 years per project. So 4 years for the first unannounced project puts it in 2019, 4 years for the second unannounced project puts it in 2023, and another 4 years to round out the Elder Scrolls 6 puts it at a lovely 2027, and oh my God, will I be old by then? And I'm not even kidding. I will be older than I would care to think about right now. All that being said, that is the longest version, the long view, although I could also easily imagine that slipping into 15 years and becoming 2030. If we were really incredibly optimistic, if we were super optimistic and said they increased their team and they're going to just go, right to the firewall with it, we would have to assume a minimum of 2 years per project. So that would put the first unannounced project in 2017, the second unannounced project in 2019, and the next Elder Scrolls, this is best case, absolute best case scenario, 2021. So Pete Hines' tweet of 22-22-22, when the robot overlords change our calendar system, well, 2022 may be a very realistic time frame, although 2023 may be a little bit more realistic, and 2027 to 2030 could be sadly where the realist and pragmatist put the time frame. So I'm not trying to say all of this to be depressing, because honestly it really hurts me to even say the words. But there is a very long time between now and the next Elder Scrolls. I wish it wasn't so, because I love the series so much. I want to see more of my Khajiit. But on the other hand, maybe they'll get that chance to revamp their engine, and maybe, just maybe, those new projects, those unannounced projects, will be something that will completely knock our socks off. Something that will make us very glad that the time existed. I'm not sure, but we will find out as the years progress. For now, we still have Skyrim, we still have Fallout 4 and the other games, and we can root for Bethesda and hope that they turn out something amazing. For now, I will say this has been Checkers with a look at the Elder Scrolls, at their history, their time frames, their schedules, and their future. I would like to remind you that I have a Twitter link in the description of the video and on my channel main page. If you're on mobile, it'll be on my channel About page. Also, if you look in the upper right-hand corner, you will see a small letter I with a white circle around it. These are cards and links to other videos that I've made. I would like to thank you for watching. I hope you found the video informative and maybe just a little entertaining. I would like to invite you to subscribe and ask you to please take care.